Hello Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'm going to show you how to do a full curtain card. Not a half, but a full curtain card. I want to show you a couple of samples that I've done a while ago, and they were with a half curtain card, which is this one, and what you see is just a curtain right here. Alright, so that's a half curtain card, and this is considered a half curtain card, and so is this one. And it's a lot of fun. The measurements for this are on my blog, so you can go and look because those are a little bit different than the other two that we're going to do. And this one is considered a full curtain card as well as this one. So these two are full curtain cards, or half curtain cards, excuse me, because they take up half of the paper. Now what I'm about to show you is the full curtain card, and that is the curtain that goes in a 360 look. All right, very simple to do, very, 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 very easy to do. The measurements for the half curtain card are also on my blog, so hop on over there and you can see those in my blog post that posts these. There's links to these. All right, so let me just show you what we're going to do. The first thing that you need to do is to cut a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 8. Let's bring this in here, right here, and I am going to be using some of our brand new Mystic Romance Prints paper, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, and this is the piece that we're going to be using, but I just kind of wanted to show you both of them. They coordinate on both sides, which makes a huge difference when you are looking at the card and the curtain, because the piece underneath shows through on each one of these little wraps. Alright, so this one is one of the pieces, and here is another one. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it's got a linen background along with all of the embroidered look, and that is the background to that one. And then we have this beautiful piece right here that looks like rope, and the background to that one is very patriotic. I love that piece. And then we have this one, gorgeous, gorgeous, looks like it is embroidered, and on the back of that one we have the coordinating cardstock for that one. Now this is one of my favorite pieces out of the whole set, and this is our rose, and this coordinates with one of our beautiful stamp sets, which is called Embroidered Rose. And the like I said, the Mystic Romance collection has this in it, this rose and the paper. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh, and the coordinating side to that one, and then the back end of this one is this piece right here. So you see how the pieces matched beautifully. All right, so that is the paper that I'm going to be using, and you remember that our paper is extra, extra thick, so it is cardstock quality as opposed to just paper thin that just falls apart when you do 3D craft items. So this piece of paper right here is cut at, it is cut at 5 by 8, just a 5 by 8 piece of paper, and now I'm going to show you how to score it. So we're going to bring in the Journey Blooms scoring and cutting tool right here, and what I do is I take off the cutter, which is this one right here. Alright, now what we're going to do is take our piece of paper, and we're going to, it's very easy once you get the rhythm of this. Alright, you're going to take and you're going to score it at 1/2, or I'm sorry, a half, just a plain half. Alright, and then, whoops, I took the wrong one off. This is, oh, here we go. Alright, so there is the scoring at 1/2. And then we're going to go over to 3/4 and score. And then we're going to go, so it's a half, 3/4. Now we're going to do 1.5. And then we're going to do 1 3/4. All right, so you get it? It's a half, 3/4, half, 3/4. All right, then we're going to turn it because we ran out of numbers going this way. And we're going to do it at 2.5. And then 2 3/4. And then we're going to do it at 3.5. and 3 3/4. All right, so if you remember to just go from 1/2 all the way up to 3 3/4, then you're good to go, because now we're going to do just the opposite. So we haven't done this side yet. We're going to do the half, and then we're going to do the 3/4, and then we're going to do the 1.5, and then we're going to do the 1 3/4 right there. Okay, and then we're going to turn it and do the 2.5. Okay, 2 3/4. Again, these measurements are going to be on my blog. So, and then 3.5 and 3 3/4. Now, what that gives us is a little piece in the center that is just your middle mark. All right, that's the middle of our scoring. All right, so there's that. Now I am going to put my cutting blade back on. I love this cutter because everything just pops on so easily. You got the good gripper up there. Just love this tool right here. So I'm going to bring in my cutter and I am going to cut it at, this little point right here goes at 3 3/4, right over here. So the 3 3/4 inch mark is right there. And this one is going to go at the 3 1/2 inch, which is the one just before this little guy right here. So I am going to take and put my hand right here at the 3 3/4, hold that, and then just pivot this until I get to that 3 1/4 inch. So if I took a ruler, it's all of these little angles, and that's why I actually take and fold this beforehand. It's the one just before the center one. So there is, let me just show you, there is a little score mark right here, and I'm going to score that over. So we're going to go to this little piece right here. This one right here, not the last one before we do the opposite way, all right, before we do the mirrored part of it. It's this one right here. So not this one. This is our middle piece right here. So it's not this one, it's a second from the last. I can't reiterate that enough. But this right here goes up at 3 3/4, right up here at the top, and then this one goes right down to that little mark right there. And you can put a little pencil mark if you want. You're not cutting off a lot, just enough to make it angled, all right? So now we're going to do the opposite going this way. We're going to take and we're going to put that little mark, okay, not this one right here because this is our center mark, the same one on the opposite side. We're going to put it right there, and this one is going to go on to 3 3/4, which is right there. So I have my 3 3/4 inch down here. Whoops, let me move it up so you can see it. This is my 3 3/4 inch mark right down here, okay? And then this one is going to go right up here to where that little second from the last crease is. All right, and then we're just going to take and we're going to score. So we cut off both of those. Then we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side, except because we've cut some off, our dimensions are going to be just a little bit different. So this little point right up here is going to be at 2 1/4. All right, so we're going to go over to the 2 1/4, and then we're going to go over to the 3 inch mark over here. Whoops, we got to go this way, excuse me. This is going to go at the 2 1/4 right here, and this part right here is going to go up till we get to the middle. This is the middle right here. So the one just before the last curve is this one right here. So I'm at 2 1/4 here on this finger, and I am at this little mark right here, which is 3 1/2 down here. All right, so I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to go over here and do the exact same thing. I'm going to go over to 2 1/4 and go over to this little guy right up here and cut that off. Okay, so those are our little pieces. And then when you're done, you should be even from, let's get this out of here. You should be even when you just mark it in the middle, all right? You should be even from top to bottom, all right? These two should meet. And then you know you've done it right, okay? So now we're going to take and we're going to fold them. The way you want to fold them is to take the last piece, and we're going to accordion fold them in. So we're going to go down, always start down, up, all right? So we're making these little tiny pleats, just like that. And then you're going to go to the middle. That's our middle piece right there. We're going to do the same over here. Down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. And now you need to get your crease tool because we want these to be nice and creased. All right, so here's these. Grab your crease tool and just crease your little heart out. All right, so there's our little creases right here. Now what we need is our white liner tape. All right, you definitely want to use white liner tape because you want these to really come together. Now, if I was doing a 1/2 one instead of the 5 by 8, the measurements are on my blog, but we would just be doing a 1/2 one. Or you could take this and you could cut it in half, and then you've got enough for 2 cards. That's why I like doing this size right here. So what I mean by that is what I did here was I just cut one right in half. And now I have 2 pieces. Let me just show you. what did I do with that card? Here it is. So this is the one piece, and then what I did was I cut this piece off so that I can make 2 cards. You know me, I'm always doing everything in duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates. So that's what I did. I just cut it off in the half, and now I have I have 2 pieces. But never, never, never give up your pieces, because you can make other pieces to it. All right, so this was a full one, and I just cut off the top, and I have this for another piece of paper, for another card. I can just take this and use it at the top. And also, I've taken and just cut off little pieces, so I never throw these away. I just put on some tape, and then I can use this as a belly band. Isn't that awesome? A little curtain belly band. It's just like crimped ribbon made out of paper. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's get those out of the way for now and finish. So this one is just actually longer. I just cut off the top part of it and just put the thanks so much on there. So let's just grab our white liner tape, and what you want to do, I love this because all you have to do is just tear it. So we're going to take and crunch, 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 and put our tape on there. We're going to stop at the middle right there, tear it off. And yes, it's going to curl, but that's the nature of the beast, okay? So we're going to take and we're going to curl, curl, curl. All right, and there we go. And then I'll take and put some down here at the bottom. All right, so what we're basically doing is just getting it all crunched together. I kind of stop it at the middle and then start another piece going on the other side. Now at this point I can cut it in half. I can cut the top off. I can cut whatever I want, but it's pretty much put together. And then I'm just going to put one here in the middle for the big one here. All right, because remember, we're doing the full one this time. All right, so there's that. We're going to grab our base card right here. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and we're going to trim off a little bit at the end. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so here we are. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bloom tool and just kind of go to rubbing that so that this comes off super easy. All right. You need a bloom tool, people. This is the best tool. And this is my favorite one, the dental tool, I call it. It's the one that's curved, and it just works so well for so many things. Not only does it have a brush, it has 7 tools that go along with it. And this is my all-time favorite. You'll see me using this blue, I call it the dental tool. Have you ever seen anybody pick your teeth with something like that? Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a little bloom tool. You dental hygienists out there, you got to agree with me, right? Right. Alrighty, so there's that piece. And then last but not least, oops, I glued it to the table here. And last but not least, we're going to take and just do this one right here. Alright, so there's that. And now we're going to add it to our card base right here. Alright, now don't worry about the side to side piece. We just want to get it straight up and down like this. Okay, now you'll notice that I'm doing it just a tad bit different than this one and this one, because I'm using 3 layers instead of just the 2 layers. You see I have the 2 layers here. On this one, what I did was I have my base card, and then what I have is a back piece, and I just randomly stamped the rows all over it, and then I put this piece over the top of it. All right, so let's get back to this one right here. So we hang over just a little bit because ours is just a tad bit smaller, but not to worry, because we're going to bring in our Grand Pro shears and just trim it off right here like this. All right, and voila. Okay, so now we have our Grand Pro shears, and I know some of you were like really gasping because I was cutting tape. And you know what? It's okay, because nothing sticks to these. All right, you don't have to get the Goo Gone out. You don't have to get anything out. All right, so here we have our little piece right here. Now what I want to do is I want to add some of my ribbon, and this is our brand new Organza ribbon. It's our white ribbon. It's absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking, and it's easy to tie because it's got this little tiny ridge all the way around, and it doesn't come untied, which is what I just love, love, love. All right, so let's just wrap this around just like that. We've got our little bow. You can center it if you want to. You can make it off to the center, off-centered. It's up to you. All right, see how fast this card is? All right, so we've got our ribbon done, and now we're going to take and we're going to pop this little guy up onto our next card layer. All right, we're going to take our medium foam squares here, and I like to get this right where we want it, and then I'll just take one little piece. It'll hold it down, and then we'll take these off, just like this, and add it to this card base right here, or to our card layer, I should say. This isn't the base, this is just the card layer. And you'll notice that I don't have any stamping on this one. On this card right here, I'm actually stamping on the inside of it. And then we have our card base. So let's just grab this, and remember when we're using our card bases, just kind of start it, but don't totally crease it down. I want you to go the opposite way, and you're not going to get all those little ridges on there. And then just grab your crease tool and finish it off, and look at how beautiful that is. No little nicks or scrapes or little pieces that are all over the place. Now I am going to double pop this, so I'm going to take this, and it's just such a beautiful card. It's got a lot of dimension to it, but it was super easy. Like I said, I'm going to have directions on my blog. There will be a picture tutorial that you can actually download. So make sure you hop on over to there and grab that, okay? So this is the full circle curtain card. Alrighty? And that's all there is to it. Let me just show you a couple of the stamp sets that I did use for these cards. Alright? So for this card right here, I used the stamp that goes along with the rose stamp that we have called Embroidered Rose. This one is the one that goes with it, the Embroidered Greetings, okay? So there is that, and that's where we got these words right here. This is my daughter's birthday card, by the way. And then for this one, we didn't have any words on it at all. This right here, again, was the Embroidered Rose. Love that stamp set. And then this one right here was from the Peony card. So it's a Peony Blooms card, and I'm going to just show you a couple of other cards that I have made with that stamp set. All right, there's our new mirror paper. That is our new, one of our new dies. And here is another card for the rose. So not to overwhelm you with all of these, I do have a lot for you coming up. This is such a fun card to do. It's not hard, but again, I love to wow people with very easy cards. So you need to hop on over to my blog. Make sure you start following me. This is the start of the brand new 2017-2018 catalog. So if you follow me, you are going to find out a lot of tips and techniques, and it's just amazing. All right, so what I want you to do is take care, have a great day, and please stop by often. Thank you.